LGBTQ Nation inspires us to consider how Transgender Day of Remembrance means to queer and trans people, and we need each other. In the wake of Donald Trump's shocking victory in 2024 presidential election, the LGBTQ community faces uncertainty and fear, with many turning to various coping mechanisms, from seeking solace in entertainment and fandom spaces to engaging in activism and preparing for personal safety. The weight of Trump's promises to ban gender-affirming care and restrict trans rights has left the queer community reeling. Despite the challenging road ahead, one clear path to hope remains: the power of community. Mira Lazine, a trans author of the recent article in LGBTQ Nation, shares her emotional and motivating personal experience showing the power of community. She shares, quote, "When I was homeless and living in a shady motel, other queer people took me in and gave me a home to recuperate and rebuild my life. When I needed a source of income, queer people took a chance on me and gave me opportunities I never could have dreamed of." End quote. Lazine says that this solidarity traces back to key moments in history: the Stonewall Uprising, the AIDS epidemic, and the tireless efforts of Black trans women. These events remind us of the strength in unity, with queer people protecting one another from persecution. In the face of adversity, the message is clear: we need each other. As we approach Transgender Day of Remembrance, it's essential to remember that no matter how tough things get, queer people are not alone. All boats rise with the tide. And Lazine reminds us that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans and queer people are in this together. Which actually lead me saying this, and thank you for the information from my friend and Alex. For me, despite the fact that 2024 election was a disaster, one of the things that is actually really comforting is the fact that the LGBT community actually really rally behind Kamala Harris.
Correct.
We have swung from in 2020, some 20% of LGBTQ community voted for Trump. This year, Trump only won 12% of the LGBTQ votes. 88% voted for Kamala Harris. Of course, part of it is because his extremely bellicose rhetoric towards our community, but also there's a certain unity going on here. But on the other hand, I want to condemn certain people that have been on social media advocating for the exclusion of trans from the LGBTQ community, including people like Michael Doherty, who is an influencer, several gay Republicans who thinks that, ditching the trans issue is going to make them feel welcome, that only give them like your first class seats to the re-education camps that I'm sure Christian nationalism is going to send us to. and the thing is, we cannot just ditch a part of the community. We're either or nothing. If we start splintering, like, gays against lesbians, bis,
Listen, we really need to avoid hate from within the community, from within our community. When we're against each other, there's nothing good that will come out of that. Yeah. So I agree with you there.
But when we are in community,
we're great.
There is nothing that can more welcoming, more loving, more fun and powerful.
Right.
And I think we can't forget that it's so easy to like draw ranks and hide. I've been hiding in my garden for the past 2 weeks, but being here with you guys today made me realize, my God, I'm not alone.
No, you're not.
And we just really need to focus on that, and it's hard.
It is, and especially for trans children who most of the time choose family, because a lot of time they're given family, blood family, whatever you want to call it, family is family, but their born family per se does not accept them. So the chosen family is actually the family that raises this human.
I had a Friendsgiving for my trans babies a few years ago, and it was one of the most powerful, amazing Thanksgiving celebrations I've ever had.
I bet.
Because I gave those babies a place to come. And we sang Oasis, Wonderwall at the end of the night. And I just mentioned that because if it ends in a sing-along, Isn't
It's
that
great.
family?
Absolutely.
Isn't that like what we all want?
Especially that song. I love that song.
What Bobby was saying earlier, we are like really in community, and there's not as much division as people try to make out.
You're right.
People that you mentioned are like, we did a piece about Bari Weiss, who's allegedly bisexual all of a sudden, which was news to me about Bari. But she's, from the New York Times, I think, trying to attack trans people. Like, those are fringe, random character that's not actually representative of the community.
What's that site? We talk about, help me out, Gays Against Groomers.
Gays Against
That
Groomers.
is run by a lesbian Republican, and her Instagram handle is the gay who strayed. That is her personal handle.
That's one person out of millions.
No,
of
I
people
know,
in our
but it's a
community,
major platform.
But
and
that's
we talk
the
about
one
it.
that
That's
gets
why.
the news, and
That's the one
problem.
that's on everything.
And it
Gays
spurs
Against
the
Groomers.
narrative,
Yeah,
right?
That's also like the far right, like looks for people like
Correct.
that. There's an anti-feminist group called Wolf that likes to, do similar things.
I mean, it's astroturfing. Like
Yeah.
Gays Against Groomers, Lips of TikTok. All
We've
those
talked
people
about
are
it here
basically
before. That's why.
astroturfing.
But
Moms
it does
for
get
Liberty.
Right.
1 million.
Yeah, which is more
we
like
talk about that a lot here. Yeah.
But I just want to add. Oh, never mind. Actually,
No, go ahead. Bookmark it.
No,
Bookend it. Yeah.
No, I just want to say that this kind of cruelty is not going to end anytime soon. I just want to highlight today's example. Republicans in Congress, Sarah McBride from Delaware is going to be the first trans person to enter the House of Representatives in the United States Capitol. And today, Republicans filed a bill to ban her from use. It is literally the target is one person, one trans person, her. And Republicans are filing a bill to ban her from using women's bathrooms today. The cruelty is the point with these people.
Yeah.
Sarah McBride also has a very passionate personal story. She lost her lover to cancer in their 20s. And she was always around in the DC scene, just this wonderful person. And to hear what Republicans are doing, I could go on all night talking about how insulted I am. But don't forget, everyone, tomorrow is Transgender Day of Remembrance.